news for Terran, and here's one of them, a red Terran at the top of the map, currently ahead 2-1. Can he keep the momentum going and finish out the series, getting another couple wins? He is...
Slayer's GanZI.
Slayer's GanZI.
Slayer's GanZI.
All right, down at the bottom of the map is our winner of the last game. He is Lord over all Marines. They call him
MarineKing Prime Week.
MarineKing.
There he is.
Big cheer for MarineKing in the crowd today.
He has so many fans. He's been around for such a long time.
Yeah.
GSL. Oh, didn't get time to read that. And
those cheerfuls are saying something.
yep, definitely.
Yep.
All right, I guess he got all the options there. He's crossed out 0 and 2.
Ooh, look at this. There's a proxy barracks going down. Are we going to see something similar to what we saw in some of the games against Tasia?
Interesting, and it's going to be proxy 11-11 racks. Actually, now I asked Sella, I was like, you know, GanZI used some unique strategies against Tasia. Does he have any others planned out? And he said he had a couple in mind. So, and those barracks are just outside of the view. If MarineKing goes for a normal scout, or actually a late scout, which he does sometimes.
Well, he won't see him, yeah.
Then he won't see them at all until it's far too late.
Now, it works in TVZ. Will it work in TVT?
Luckily, he didn't command center first this game, at least.
Yeah, no kidding.
He would have definitely been screwed.
Well, I wonder if GanZI was almost expecting that.
He did do it the last 2 games.
It's true.
That's what that note said. The note said, he always goes command center first, 2 racks him.
Yep. SCV's getting ready to build some bunkers, as I'm sure they want to.
Oh man, and he's actually going to wait for 3 Marines. He's not even going to send in his first Marine and tip his hat. Or tip his, not tip his hat.
Well, he's going to
tip
his hat to him. He's like, good show, sir.
He's not going to tip him off until he has 3 Marines. He's going to go with 2 SCVs and 3 Marines, and those 2 Marines there are going to be no match. He's going to have to pull SCVs, and GanZI building a bunker in MarineKing's choke. He's actually going to kill the supply depot as well, which is going to supply block MarineKing. MarineKing bring his SCVs off the line to try and fend this off.
Yep, he has to pretend he's a Zerg player, has to pull the drones to defend against this, and he pulled a good amount of them. Chasing MarineKing back, the only problem is, or changing GanZI back, the only problem is that there's so many Marines right now for GanZI. He's going to tear through the SCVs so quickly.
Yeah, as he micros back, he's going to be able to pop SCVs with 1 shot, with 1 volley each from his group of Marines.
Oh man, this is so many Marines.
GanZI has lost his own SCVs. He doesn't have a buffer. He's going to have to micro, but he's killing so many SCVs here.
Oh, the bunker for MarineKing finishes. He holds.
Wow.
That was pretty close.
Now, GanZI did kill 9 SCVs in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, with that bunker there, the rush is pretty much over. He could still try and build up a large force and try and take down that bunker, but it'll be dangerous.
Yeah, he's going to book up the ramp, probably see the bunker, and then pull back, if that. Now, if MarineKing goes for, say, Banshees right now, that would be a little bit tough for GanZI to deal with. I don't know if he would have that Viking out in sight.
Oh, he's going to use one of the barracks to spot.
Yep.
And he may try and take down that depot from the low ground.
That'd be a good idea. At least get something out of it, you know? Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, nice.
Yep. So he does supply block MarineKing a little bit.
Smart idea. He's got to put a bunker at the bottom of MarineKing's ramp just to try and contain him.
Oh, and what is this? GanZI taking the gold as well. I love it.
Ooh, that would
Slayer's
be a good move.
GanZI is becoming one of my new favorite Terrans to watch. This guy just has so many kills.
Very smart move. He knows he's got him contained. Now, what is MarineKing going to go for next, though? He's got a factory with a tech lab. Oh my gosh. He has to move the factory.
Yeah, nothing.
Cannot use it with the tech lab on it. That is actually really bad. He really needed to get a tank out.
Well, you know, it's kind of like you mentioned, those StarCraft 1 Terrans using their factories. It's a combination of barracks and factory, I guess. Using their barracks to scout after they put down.
This isn't the campaign, man. You can't get a tech reactor that's a tech lab and a reactor combined.
Just get one that combines all 3 buildings and one just get a factory port.
A factory port?
Could make every unit out of 1 building.
Make a Banshee cruiser?
No, that's just called a hatchery, Moletrap.
Make a Marauder cruiser?
He's upgrading to factory ports.
Oh boy. Yeah, GanZI like builds a mercenary camp or whatever and starts
those.
getting like the super siege tanks.
I never used those things, man. I just had one at the start of every level, so I'm like, well, I guess if I have extra money, I'll call down these.
They're actually pretty handy. They're a little bit more cost effective.
I used the siege tank guys in the last level. They were kind of helpful there. Same with the battle cruiser guy. There's
the siege tank out that he wanted to get before, able to take out that bunker slowly and steadily. But again, it's
like
bot time.
The holes while he shoots it.
And barely gets the salvage off. Now this is weird. GanZI actually didn't build that command center at the gold.
Oh. What? Did he even start it and cancel it?
No. I don't. No, he just teched instead. I think he saw MarineKing teching and decided he needed to tech of his own.
Yeah.
So he's gone for siege tech.
That makes sense. MarineKing's going to have siege mode a lot faster, though, but by the time MarineKing actually gets to GanZi's base, siege mode should be pretty close to being done.
Well, actually, he's already most of the way across the map. It is going to be about half.
Close.
Yeah, siege mode is about half complete right now. GanZi's going to have to stall a little bit, wait for siege mode to complete so he can defend. He does have a medevac out, though.
Are we going to see GanZi under pressure for the first time, really, in the series? Early game pressure. And MarineKing's just kind of waiting, and GanZi will be able to finish siege mode in time.
And here comes the barracks to spot for those siege tanks.
Yeah, with the Viking, though, GanZi's going to have the advantage.
Oh, and there goes siege mode for GanZi.
Yep.
Ouch.
And GanZi just playing this perfectly. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, I thought MarineKing was going to put more pressure on, but he kind of like dilly-dallied a little bit, sieged up too far out of range at first and wasn't able to make use of the fact that he had siege mode 30 seconds earlier.
And now we see the range coming into play. And MarineKing is actually going to lose both of these tanks. He can't siege fast enough. Oh, no one does get away. Pretty lucky there.
That was close. And that single Viking really helping out there, enabling GanZi to have the site advantage there. And now GanZi is going to secure his expansion.
Yep.
Probably build another command center before too long.
That one Viking is making such a huge difference right now for Slayer's GanZi. His strength, he always seems to have the right units at the right times, like exactly, you know?
Yeah, man, he's so good.
It's so impressive watching this guy play. I kind of feel like I'm watching Bomber versus I'm MVP from a couple seasons ago. That was another TVT finals where, you know, people were kind of expecting the veteran, you know, MVP to win, and Bomber came back and ended up beating him. It kind of feels like that.
Yep, and here's a little bit of a drop in the main of MarineKing. Those Marines don't have stims, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get too many SCVs. And the Banshee is there as well.
You gotta be careful not to take too much damage on that Banshee.
Yep, MarineKing brings a whole lot of his forces back.
Okay, so GanZi is taking the gold base now. He did start that command center.
Now he is. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, he wanted to make sure he was safe against that push. He ended up making the perfect decision there to not expand quite yet.
Drop coming back into the main. Doesn't get very much damage done, and then has to lift again.
Now, the good news for MarineKing, and his fans, I guess, too, is that Cloak is almost done for his Banshees. And right now, GanZi really only has one orbital, so he's not going to have a lot of scans. Oh, but if you're not careful with the Banshees, it's not going to matter. There we go.
Yeah, this is actually dangerous. Oh! Crucially kills that Banshee. Another one is somewhere on the map, though, but that was actually huge because, like I said, not many scans, and only the one Viking and a few Marines, so he can't actually kill that Banshee in one scan.
You know, if MarineKing had lived through that, he would be killing so many tanks right now, but instead, GanZi is the one who's going to be killing tanks. And look at this, the Banshee not allowing the Marines to get in range because of the siege tanks there.
And GanZi does have 2 scans saved up right now, though, and needs to use one.
Man.
Oh!
Insta-give.
Insta-give that Banshee being a little bit too... Oh, no, a few units getting killed for free. MarineKing now experiencing the pressure.
Yeah, and that air advantage is just so huge for Slayer's GanZi right now. It doesn't take a whole lot using the nice combination of Banshee and tank.
Oh, man.
Not a lot MarineKing can do about it.
This is beautiful. The tanks were in such a spot that the Banshee could hit any Marines, or hit the tanks, and if the Marines got close enough to hit the Banshee, the tanks would hit them. So he's just forcing them back by using good positioning and that air advantage. Slowly and steadily, MarineKing has been being forced to lift his expansion.
Yeah.
while GanZI gets a lot of SCVs at that gold base.
Things again not looking too good for MarineKing here. He's about half the supply of Slayer's GanZI right now. GanZI even has a Raven, so the Cloak Banshees aren't actually going to be able to do anything to his tanks anymore. Yeah, just a really rough day for MarineKing. And
Wow.
you know, so far our Code A finals have all been pretty back and forth, but this is definitely the most one-sided Code A finals I've seen yet.
Yeah, and again, look at that beautiful positioning. Positioning his tanks just outside of MarineKing's tank position so that he can keep them pinned down with his Banshee as well. And here comes GanZI marching up into the main of MarineKing. This could be the end. He's starting to shell the tech buildings now.
Well, he can take out the factory. MarineKing's gathering up for one last push. It looks like sending a Banshee up the side of the map. Just too little, too late though, Moltrap. There's really, I don't know, not a lot he can do. He's trying to repair the tank.
It is indeed. MarineKing with half the supply now has nothing to do about that Banshee. Here he goes in, SCV's moving in, but there's nothing to support them. They are going to force him to shell his own tanks, but
yeah,
just everything dying. MarineKing down to 15 supply. And,
but here's the Banshee from MarineKing and GanZI's main. There's nothing to defend for it there. But what MarineKing doesn't know is about that right there. Yeah,
Exactly.
Legend knows. MarineKing does not know about the gold base. So even if he kills every SCV at the main, GanZI's income will still be so much higher.
he might want to send some Vikings back to deal with that Banshee, but
Yeah.
instead he's just evacuated his main, sending all of his SCVs to the gold, saying, all right, you know what? Doesn't matter. I'll just build another Viking back at home.
Doesn't make a bit of difference.
Doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
I knew you were thinking that.
MarineKing's
Doesn't make a bit of
economy
difference,
is
guys.
inert.
Tanks are inert.
He's lost all of his SCVs, actually. He's just fighting with mules right now. I'm not sure why MarineKing is still in this game, to be honest with you.
Does he not know about the gold base? That's the only reason I can really think of.
That
he
is
doesn't
that
know.
is it.
He
He doesn't know
hasn't
about the
seen the
gold base.
gold, yeah.
He thinks he's stopped GanZI from
So
mining.
sad.
That's the only reason why he's hanging on right now.
He's like, where do all these units come from? He's not mining. I don't understand. Did he type there is no cow level or something?
And the mule's landing for GanZI. He says, hey, guess what, man? I've got dropping 4 mules. I've got an extra orbital somewhere that you don't know about. You need to get out in the game. And let's move on to game number 5 or
yeah.
6.
No, 5.
5? 5.
Meals are like, yeah,
Yeah.
we get to do something cool in our 90 seconds of life.
And dancing as Marines as well, landing even more mules. MarineKing right now,
I don't know.
he's still moving his mouse and keyboard
Well, he
around,
still
man.
thinks-
I'm not sure
I
why.
think he literally thinks that he killed all of GanZI's Marines. I don't know. I mean, when you see an army that
There's
big,
the
there we
GG.
go. All right, there's GG. And, wow.
That
Wow.
was brutal, man.
Slayer's GanZI is just like, yeah, all in the day's work.
That was brutal. That was like watching the videos that Slavic was watching the other day, watching people like fall off their bicycles and like scrape their shin.
I don't know. He loves that kind of
It's
stuff.
like, ugh, oh, ow, man, that hurts to watch.
Yeah, the MarineKing. You know, if he watches those replays, that'll be hard for him to watch too, man.
Yeah, he must have just thought, oh, I killed all those SCVs in his
I'm
main.
sure he did for a little while, yeah.
If I can trade, I've got this. But
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was a gold base on the map.
there was a
But
gold base.
GanZI played that so well. I mean, he was going to make that gold base. He was about to do it. His SCV was like getting out his like little box to throw on the ground to start the command center. And it was like, no, don't do it. And he made a factory instead, went for the Viking, and it saved him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like how he realized that he was in a little bit of danger of a counterattack.
Yep.
MarineKing was teching after that rush. Did some damage, but didn't quite kill him. So he was like, all right, well, all I need to do is now defend this counterattack. I've done some damage. Now I need to make sure I don't take damage as well.
Yeah.
Got siege mode barely in time. In fact, he didn't get siege mode in time, but MarineKing just didn't quite push in fast enough, so he got in time to fend it off in that sense. And yeah, just played a good macro game from there, put the pressure back on MarineKing.
Yeah, and MarineKing didn't play bad either. He really didn't play bad at all. He just made a couple little mistakes here and there, and at this level in the game, those little mistakes have big, big impacts into who's going to be the winner. So.
And really what sealed the deal there for GanZI was that positioning. He would position these siege tanks so like when you clicked on the tanks and you see the lines, they were like this. So they were like very, very close to each other. So neither tank could shell each other, but that Banshee, protected by the Viking, was able to kill MarineKing's tanks. And whenever he sent Marines in to get the Banshee, they got right within range of GanZI's tanks. And that beautiful positioning just forced MarineKing back, killed his Marines, killed his SCVs, killed his tanks slowly and steadily. Just played a really superb pressure game there.
That's kind of what we've been saying the entire time. GanZI always having the right unit at the right time. We're going to take a 5-minute break, guys. We'll be right back with Game 5, GanZI versus MarineKing. This is the Code A Finals. Don't go anywhere.